Supersonic. Super winning. You only get what you're worth. I got to leave, and I have to go my own way. Whoa, that's crazy. I heard they were releasing Little Nightmare 3. That's actually insane. Let's actually take a look at it. Because that game is actually really good. I actually played Little Nightmare 1 and Little Nightmare 2. So, you know, I cannot wait for this new release. This is going to be really big, I think. Let me actually take a look at it. Little Nightmare. Is it? I think you just put it together. Little Nightmare 3. I have to leave and I got to go my way. No, no, no. You can't jump it over me. Let me go to the private browser, you know, just in case I don't leak anything, like any searches history that I've been doing basically, and any of my bank information by using the normal browser. You know, it's always good to make sure you're safe, you're browsing safely and protectively as well. So that's why I'm gonna use this private browser. You know, don't want to leak any nude photos of myself, because I actually do have, like, you know, those kind of photos on the browser. So yeah, I'm just gonna use this one here. I think there was something. Let me just make sure everything's good. Okay, you guys can see everything? Nice. Alright, so yeah, let's see. What? Not Twitch, what the fuck? Little Nightmare 3. I want to see, like, the post cover of it, basically. How does it look like? There's also a trailer as well, so that's interesting. Hopefully it's not just co-op. Hopefully you're not required to, you know, do co-op, because it seems like you could also play, like, with your friends, I guess, if you want to. But hopefully that's not how the game runs, you know. Like, hopefully it has, like, story mode that you could do single player, because that is what I care about. I don't care about that shit, that co-op shit. Where's the post of it? Wait, it's actually available? You could actually buy it? I'm actually gonna buy that shit if I can, if it's available. And I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Oh, so it's not available. 2023. I mean 2024. That's crazy. That's gonna take, like, what, 4 or 3 months until it's released. So where's the cover? Wow. Oh, that's the cover. I thought it was gonna look like, you know, they're gonna have that good cover photo like Little Nightmare 2, basically. That one is a really good cover, I'm not gonna lie. This looks familiar, the stairs. Wait, is this from Little Nightmare 1? The stairs here that you climb up? It looks like it, right? I'm not gonna lie, it kinda looks like that shit. That older game. Wait, what is that? Are you guys seeing that? That looks like an eye or something. We haven't seen like a lot of any monsters so far. I mean, there's only one here, which you can't even really see it that well. So that's interesting. That's crazy though. You know, I really like this game. It's really good. Like I really like the Little Nightmare game. You know, the one and the second, and now they're releasing the third one, which is, I'm sure it's gonna be really good as well. Add to your wish list. I want to do that, but I'm gonna have to like log in and all that shit, which is gonna take me a while basically. I don't know, maybe I'm just gonna add it on my bookmark so I could remember to do that on my own time. Favorite bar, there we go. So it's right there, so that way once I'm not streaming I could just go ahead and do that. Yes, yes. Oh my god, I cannot wait for that game to be released. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. I have to live and I got to go my way. Have you guys heard the new I'm not sure if it's really made by Michael Jackson, the new song called Get Your Weight Off of Me. It could be AI generated, you know, because I think that's possible. I haven't really heard it before, so it's like my first time hearing it. It's really good, but it's not, it's like a demo basically. It's not like complete. It's not a complete song. And it also has the same like rhythm, has privacy as well, and the other song, Can't Let You Get Away as well. So, but I can't play it on the stream basically because I might get a copyright strike or something like that. So, but the instrument and also the way he sings it as well has almost it almost it has the same rhythm, has privacy, and the other song, I can't let you get away by Michael Jackson. So maybe the reason why if he did make this song, if he did like, you know, try to make this song, and the reason why I didn't release it, it's probably because it's just a simple of privacy, and the other song, I Can't Let You Get Away, you know, because they almost sound similar basically if you listen to them closely. And then there's also like a couple lyrics that he says that you could also find it on the privacy and on the I Can't Let You Get Away. So like for example, there's this part he says, I'm like your dog on the chain, your thoughts of me still remain. So that line, your thoughts of me still remain, is actually from the I Can't Let You Get Away by Michael Jackson. So if you actually look for it, Michael Jackson, I can't let you get away. I mean, I can't let her get away. Not I can't let you get away. I don't know what the fuck I was saying there. So let's actually look for lyrics. You see that there's part that it says, your thoughts of me still remain. Oh yeah, right here. Your thoughts of me still remain. And on that song, which is called Can't Get Your Weight Off of Me, he also says the same line right here. And yeah, I think there's maybe another one that oh yeah, I'll be crying every day. This, I think there's also a line that it says, I'll be trying, you know, I'll be trying every day as well, or something like that. So let me actually listen to it. I'm sure that's what it says. Baby. Yeah, that's what it. You know I'll never stop trying, baby. But it also sounds like you know I'll never stop crying, baby, which is almost the same as the line somewhere here. The thoughts of misery remain. I'll be crying every day. That's almost there, right? But yeah, it's almost similar to this, and also to like the instrument of privacy and this one almost sounds the same. Like it has the same drums, I think, and more. I just don't know the names of them. Let's actually check for privacy lyrics and see if there's any any that matches this new lick, basically. Okay, let me just play this a little bit. So let's see. And the picture enough, or do you go through so much to get the storage in it, so you can bury me? Yeah, that people are confused. Tell the stories you choose. Try to get me to lose the man I really am. Keep on stalking me, invading my privacy. I think that part. Yeah. And then there's this part. It says that. Wait. So the way this song starts is and then the rhythm of privacy goes like. So it's has almost the same rhythm, like they almost match. So I think that's the privacy, probably, like the inspiration of privacy came from this lick here that we're currently hearing, called "Get Your Weight Off of Me" by Michael Jackson. That is my guess, basically. You know, that's how we put them together, and he came up with privacy. And also maybe he also came up with the other song called "I Can't Let Her Get Away" from this sample here. Sample. That's crazy though. It's still good, although it's not like fully completed. The song is like it's really catchy as well. Oh, hey there, legend. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Um, Wait, we got this guy. I don't know how to say the name. Legend, and how's your stream going? My stream is going okay. Um, you know, I just started, basically. So thanks for being here. I don't look at the chat sometimes, so that's why I didn't reply to the chat. But if you're still here, welcome to stream. If both of you are still here, basically. um. So yeah, that's fucking interesting. I like that. I like that. Listen. Okay, so basically everything seems to be working. You guys could see the screen, and you could also see my basically this is beer cam, and also my lips as well, my mouth. So I want you guys to see how good my man beer is. You know, beer. Very clean. Very nice. You know, very sharp. You know how long I had this for? Like couple years, I think. Actually, I don't know how many. Maybe 1 year. I think that's how long I had this for. Maybe 8 months or somewhere around a year, basically old. It hasn't grown as much. You know, I wanted to like grow really big, like all the way to my neck right here. I want it to be like all the way here, so that way I think it would look good on me basically. But I don't want it to be like really long. I just want it to reach my shoulders, you know, and cover my neck as well. That will look amazing. I'm 100% sure. Anyway, so um, that's that. I just had to rant about this new song that its currently title has leaked. Um, but I don't think if it's leaked. I think it's maybe like 50% AI and 50% was made by Michael Jackson. So you know, so it's really 50-50 because it's possible that this could have been also generated by AI. I think let's actually take a look at it. So get your weight off of me. That's the name of the song by Michael. Get away off of me. It's also on Genius as well. Let's actually take a look at that. Is that what it's called? Geniuses. Geniuses. You can jump. So these are the lyrics here. Oh, it says 101. What? Is it really that old? That's crazy. I thought this was like published like maybe yesterday or something, but it seems like it was published long time ago. There's That's interesting. It's also uploaded on the Michael Jackson Genius. Is this actually his official profile, or it looks like it? Wow. Is this like really Michael Jackson's profile, or did someone make this shit up? I don't know. It could be Michael Jackson's profile, but look at this shit. This was uploaded here on 2000. Is this correct, or how long has it been since this was uploaded? Anyone else? Oh wait, this is 6 months ago. Look at that. That's actually not. So this is not new, basically. Anyone else thinks this sounds like early of Invincible? Whoa, this guy thinks it sounds like Invincible. Okay, I didn't put that together. I thought it sounded like Privacy and you know, and I Can't Let Her Get Away, basically. Let's actually take a look at Invincible one real quick just to see if there's any similarity to it. Invincible. Okay, what is that? I need the lyrics. Lyric. Well, I could tear down it. I could tear down these walls that keep you and I apart. I know I could claim your heart, and our perfect love will start. Oh, whoa! That actually kind of works. And if I could tear down these walls that keep you and I... Wait, how does that song go? Oh shit, I'm being summoned, guys. I'll be right back, okay? Here, you guys could
Take a look at my beer one more time, and then I'll be back, okay?
Alright. Is it goodbye, baby? Hey guys, you guys still here? You haven't fallen asleep yet? Fallen asleep, right? I'll be right back. guys see my stuff? My man beard? My man beard? All right, we're back. Anyway, yes, I was trying to figure out if the Invincible and this other song sounds the same, has the same rhythm. I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna. Eventually, there's no way we can fall. But if you want to me, we can money more the bushes. You keep on stalking me and invading my privacy. Won't you just let me be? Quick. MJ Invincible. Hey. Ah, shit, this is so slow. All right, here we go. I'm currently listening to Invincible. And the other one is, I think it's a bit slowed down, maybe that's the difference, right? Wait, how do I go back? I don't even know how to go back. I'm using this browser here. Oh. Yeah. The instrument kinda also sounds the same as well. So that's Invincible. This is how Invincible goes. And the Get Your Weight Off of Me goes. I think they're maybe a bit different. So Invincible goes like, and the other one goes, ah, shit. Maybe they do a bit sound alike, right? The instrument kind of sounds alike as well. So that's crazy. It's got like three songs that they kind of sound similar. It sounds similar to Invincible, to Privacy, and also to I Can't Let Her Get Away. I think I Can't Let Her Get Away just doesn't, it's not like almost the same, you know. It just has one line, which is the "Your thoughts of me still remain." That's the only line that, you know, I think it takes from it, lyric that it uses. But yeah. All right, I guess we found another sound that this old song that Michael made. It seems like back in 2002. Yeah, I mean 2001. That's when this was published or released. That's crazy. That's how long like Genius has, this website where you upload lyrics has been here for. That's crazy. I thought like Genius was like, you know, really new website, like you know, like it was made in back 2015 or something like that. But it seems like it was made back way back then, right? Is there a way like we could check when this website was made? I think you could search it here. Genius. Genius.com. Let's actually see when was this made. When was this website made? Okay, I see. So Genius was founded on August 2017, 2009, and this is not when it was posted. This is when the song or the lyrics was released, I think. So it's not when it was posted. I was like, wait, that's how long this has been here for? Like, you know, I didn't know that. But yeah, it seems like you could actually like select when, you know, something was released. I didn't know you could do that. I mean, I actually do have like my own stuff on Genius as well. Yeah, look at that. I have my own profile and shit. This was back in, I don't know, really old. Let's see, how old was this account? Oh yeah, this is my older account. You can see that's actually me right there with the flower on the head. This is my old profile that I made. I basically called myself Romeo XOX, like when I started when I started making songs. And my first song that I made was called Aching for You. So this is the first song that I ever made. It seems like we also have it. Oh my god, look at that. It's on it's got the lyrics. It's also got like this stuff here. What Romeo is saying. I remember writing this myself. What the fuck? What Romeo is saying here is that he is willing to spend the rest of his life with the owner. My beginning, my ending is all my wish to spend with the. Okay, that's just simple, you know. We don't need to put anything there. And more on is telling the girl, this, it feels so fucking weird reading this shit. I'm not gonna lie. And then heartbroken. This part is sad. Bruh, look at that. I called myself Romeo. I hate that. I don't know why I like that name. Why I use that as an artist name, you know. But Shao is actually way better than Romeo, you know. So we'll go with XIS for now, which is Shao Sings for short, basically. XIS. But yeah, this was my first song, as you can see here. This is when I released the song. But basically, I didn't upload it on Spotify because I didn't own the rights to the instrument that I used to basically, you know, record the song with. Record this song. So I still have it on my phone and on the cloud. So it's somewhere on the cloud, basically. Oh yeah, the producer was this guy, Danny E.B. Tracks. That's the guy that made the instrument that I was using, like the beat, basically. Yeah, I basically wrote this song because of I was going through this phase of being heartbroken, basically. I just broke up with my ex, and I was like, basically this song actually came when I was taking a shower. So I was taking a shower, and then out of nowhere I just had this I just had this fucking this thing going on in my mind saying I should maybe make a song, you know. I was like, huh, can I make a song? Is it possible? And I remember like sitting after getting out of the shower. I remember having towel on and then just sitting on my desk and writing it on a book, basically like writing the start, which was my beginning and my ending, and so on. So I think the way this went is that I first wrote like maybe half of the verse, the first verse, and then I looked for some free instrument on YouTube, and then I found this good instrument that went with the lyrics that I wrote. So I was like, yeah, we could just use that one, and yeah, that's how this song came about, basically. Really, it's good. Like has a first song that I ever made. It's way better, I think, than probably any other artist that started making songs on their first try. Like this is amazing. It's a masterpiece, basically. I can only see your mouth, mate. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm basically showing off my beer right now. That's what this came is all about. It's just my beer in my mouth. It's it's not the face. The face is right here. As you can see, this is me right here. Also, it's good that I can search from low to high in Twitch now. Oh, I did not know that. I thought you could only do like the high, the high to low shit. But that's good that they have added that feature. I think the reason why they also did that is probably because of you never know what you could find, like when you go from low to high. Like if you search from low to high streamers, some of them could be doing some shit that Twitch doesn't want to show you, basically, like naked stuff, inappropriate shit. Well, it seems like I'm connected to the Bluetooth. um, Wait, I see lower viewers. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Seems like an. Oh, not that. Well, it seems I can search low to I like to see lower viewers. Oh, I see. Okay, that's good to know. You like to watch streamers that don't have a lot of viewers, like myself here. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that, Jack. Wait, it's Jake. Okay, I thought it was Jack. Jake had a cake. Nice. Interesting. That's a very interesting name. I wonder what came about. Like, why did you pick that username? Is there a backstory to it or anything? or is it just that you like cakes a lot? It's probably not a good idea to like eat while I'm filming my okay, yeah, my lips, my mouth, basically. Well, yeah, ish. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind cakes myself. They're good. That's that. Let's see what else. So yeah, this was my first Genius profile. Very bad. I think I made this background myself as well, as you can see right here. It says Romeo. Heartbreak. Ooh, what other songs did I release? I think it's only one of them. Sadness. What the fuck? Painful. Wait, what is this? That's interesting. This was 5 years old. God dang it. Let me go ahead and disconnect the Bluetooth. I'll be right back. There we go. It's off now. It's used to make fun of my name at school, Jake Swan. The lake to a piece of strawberry cake. Huh. Wow. That's a nice rhyme there. Kind of sounds like a poem as well. Wait. Swam the lake to a piece of strawberry cake. That's not that bad, right? That doesn't sound like a really mean thing to say. Then there's this guy here. I make songs and I like making songs. Nice. Transcribe. Well, yeah, let's get back onto this thing, right? Let's work on this programming language here. There's couple errors that I gotta fix. Shit, this is the hard part. Like, I don't. What is all? So what is this all about? Oh, nah. You know, I'm just streaming, like, what I do. You know, I just thought I should just sit here and stream me sitting down working on this programming language that I'm currently working on. That's really all. Maybe later on we might do some workout stream, and we could do some dancing as well. You know, I'm a dancer, basically a professional dancer, so that's good. We might do that like later on. But for now, I'm just gonna be working on this programming language here and fix some bugs. It says you are the best streamer alive in your title. Oh yeah, I am the best streamer alive, basically. I've been doing this for like a while, you know, so I call myself the best because I'm the best, you know. It's basically just the fact, the best streamer. Yeah, I had this title for like for a while now. I think I started titling that back in 2019 or maybe 2020, and I've never changed it, basically. Thanks for that. Thanks for believing, bro. I appreciate that. I gotta keep it there, you know, and for until it's permanent. It's just a permanent thing, basically. You know, I want people to like know me as the best streamer. You want proof? I mean, maybe I don't know how to prove it to you, but you could like check. Yeah, that's a hard part to show the proof. She says. It's hard to show the proof, but you know, the proof is in the work, you know, like the work they put in to succeed and stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of like how do I prove it to the people, if you know. But yeah, we'll just go with it right now, I guess. You know, maybe one day once I find out, once I come up with like a proof, I will, you know, I'll let you know. Do you have? Nah, I don't. I don't even know what that is. Asthma. I don't have asthma. Is that asthma? Like, what's asthma? Is that like when you can't breathe and stuff like that? So let me see. I'm just gonna undo this and see. So the error is coming from somewhere here, like returning this back. You take my heart. I don't know. Do you? No. Yeah, we could check out what asthma is. I think asthma is basically when you can't like breathe. When someone needs like the pump thing, you know. Without it, they will basically die. So, what is asthma? Wait, how do you spell asthma? Asthma. I'm just gonna put this out here. Lifelong development of disability, that affects a person's ability to make sense of the world and relate with others. Wait, I think I was saying it wrong. Let me see. How do you pronounce this? Is it asthma or? I think I was pronouncing it wrong. Oh, it's not asthma. It's autism. Okay. I thought it was asthma. I was like, wait, is this asthma or autism? Autism. Okay, yeah, I don't have autism. Yeah. So it's like when you can't interact. Yeah. That's not me. I guess I do stutter a lot, basically. But I don't think that's related to asthma. I mean, autism. But you're on the spectrum. Nah, I don't think so. Are you saying like the spectrum of getting autism? I think you are. Maybe I am. I don't know. But hey, it's cool. I guess there's this saying, people with autism are actually really smart. So you know, who knows? Maybe that's what. Maybe that's also a beneficial as well, in a way. You know. So there's a problem with this here. I think it's because we're returning it with the call ID here, so I think we have to create like a new one and then work with that instead of like generating this. Oh, this is gonna be really fucking hard. How the fuck do I make this work? This is really hard. So what I was thinking of was calling this function and then waiting for like the result to be returned. So we could say do that and then get the result with the ID that we generated and then return it back. What's your name? Oh, you can call me Xiao. It's XIAO. You know. But that will. I'm not sure if that will work though. Because if yeah, XI, yeah, XIAO. No, not IX, not XI. I don't know what that is. It's XIS. That's like my username. Wait, this shit is actually frozen. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Xiao. Or if you cannot pronounce it, you could just say it's almost like it sounds like shows. Yeah. So you could also say it like that. Shows. Shows. I don't know. Okay. What are you like, mate? Whatever you like, mate. Yeah, thanks. Jake Paul. Jake likes cake, right? Shows it is. I'm gonna call you Jake likes Paul. Actually, Jake likes cake. That's a good name, right? I guess we could get the data back. Give it a different ID. No, before we do that, we should check if the IDs that we're sending are the same. All right, Jake likes cake. I'll keep that in mind. That's actually way better, right? Jake had a cake. Then Jake had a cake, I think, a little bit. Oh no, I'm not looking at code. I'm trying to figure out like there's some error with this code that I wrote, so I'm trying to fix it. Like this example right here. If you take a look at it, can you guys see? Let's make sure my head is not in the way. Okay, my head is not in the way. That's good. So if we take a look at this, it's doing, you know, it's just doing some addition, but right here is where the problem comes when it calls this code. It calls this operation. And this operation returns a reference back to this operation, to this plus, and then this plus also expects another reference to be returned back after this is done, which I think they're like colliding with each other, and it's blocking it from like returning back the value. So if we take a look here, ah shit, that's gonna be hard. I'm gonna have to like open the page again. I closed it. Yeah, do you do coding yourself, Jake? Like skate? Or... Right. No, not at all. Oh, I see. It's actually, it's really good. Do you have autism yourself, Jake, or? Oh yeah, there. So as you can see right here, it's given. I'm a basic idiot. Nah, you know, you shouldn't call yourself idiot. It's really easy to learn once you know, put your mind to it, and you'll be able to like do it like it's nothing. But yeah, right here it's doing 5 plus 5, 100 plus 10, and then 10 plus nil. So this should not be nil basically. This should be like the value, which is 110. So 110 plus 10, you know, it should be what, 120. So that is the result that we should expect, but it's giving us 10 back, so I gotta fix that. And to fix that, it's gonna be really hard. Well, no, my uncle does though. Okay, really good. That's good to know. So I'm just gonna give it an ID and then see what's going on with this, because what I think is happening is that they're basically colliding with each other. So like the call IDs are like the same basically, so which it could like force it to the data to be removed basically because they have the same ID. Maybe that's the reason. So I'm just gonna copy that. Seems like it's good. All right, now let's see what's happening. There we go. All right. Ooh, look at that. Would you look at that? I knew it. I knew something was wrong. So if you look at this, you can see they actually do match. Maybe. Yeah. So we have this one, which is for that. And then 100 plus 10, which also has the same, they have the same output. They have the same ID going on, basically. Wait. This is not correct. Although it, that is what's happening, basically. It's because of the ID, they're both the same, so they are canceling each other, basically. So we gotta fix that. Let's see what we could do. The way to fix it is to make this ID be unique somehow, which is gonna like slow down a lot of things for us, and we have to return it back. Oh my goodness, that's the hard part. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and create a new ID. What I'm gonna look for is actually this. This is what we need. I'm gonna copy that. Okay. Oh. What the fuck? What is? I have to go for a bit. All right. Thanks for being here, Jake. I appreciate the support. Hey, thanks for the follow as well. Thank you a lot, bro. Have a wonderful day or night, whatever it is. So now that we have this ID, we can go ahead and put it here. Oh shit. No problem. Yeah. Okay, so we have that, and we have the unique ID that we're gonna use, and this is compiling the value. So in this case, we are gonna give it the ID that we have here, so that way it doesn't cancel itself, basically, or return a different result. So we could do that by doing new extra interpreter. I think there was something called fix. Wait, PL fix. Can't remember. I think it was fix. PLR PRL. It's gotta be like this. Oh wait, no, it's not that one. It's gotta be replace or something. Replace. Scope. There we go. So it's this one. This is what I was looking for. Rip layer fix. That's the one. So we're gonna give it extra And then we're gonna go ahead and delete a couple things that we're not gonna need, like oh yeah, this is the, we're gonna put reference there, but we don't need it here, so we're gonna go ahead and delete ref, I think. And then we're gonna go ahead and delete ref object. Delete the call ID. There's maybe some other things that we have to do as well. I just don't know them. How do we do this? Because we're expecting like a value to be returned, you know. So there's like these things you gotta do here to get back, to get something back. Signing response meant, saying that this should return something back to us and all that. I'm just gonna copy that. Hopefully that's actually correct. Deleting the references. And there we go. Okay, so far this is safe enough basically for us to work with. So we're gonna do that and then assign the call ID, which is the call ID that we have right now. I called it call ID, which is not good. I'm just gonna call it current ID. And there we go. So that is what we're expecting. And this is correct because this is like the recall of the same thing. But it's just that we're now waiting for the value to be returned, which is this, with a different ID, so it doesn't cancel itself, you know, and all that stuff. So this should work. Now we just have to wait for loop here, and once we get the loop, everything will be good. Oh my fucking god, is this gonna work? I don't know. I'm just gonna save it. We're gonna give that here. I'm just gonna pass it down there, and we should be good to go. Ah, shit. Let me see. Did I get... Is this correct? So it's doing reference plus 100, which is this here, basically. This is what it's currently running. Reference plus 100, which is currently ends with 88, starts with 25. So you can see it actually does look different a bit. So this is 35 for the first one, and this one is also 35. Interesting. Well, what? Yeah, those should be the same, but the ones on the bottom here, you can see it's actually different. 28 and 35. So that is also 28 as well. Let me see. Something's missing. Something's not right here. So I have this value. Right, the value that we're trying to work with could also be somewhere else. So it couldn't, it probably doesn't exist as well. So if we take a look at it, val, this value could just be nil because of the operation that's currently happening. Oh, actually, never mind. So it's that's returning 10 for us. And this is returning 110 because, you know, 10 plus 100 is 110. And then it has this nil. So what causes this? Like, I don't even think if the thing that I did really has any effect, like, you know, I think it's the same shit. Like, I didn't have to do all this shit here, probably, right? I'm sure it would have had the same fucking problem that we currently have. So this does return the value. It passes it on the storage, which then calls the recode. So there's no like replacement. We're not like replacing the code at the end of the day, you know? Like if we take a look here, if we take a look at code, right? If we take a look at code, I think it's the same shit that we're getting back. So like going back here, it does all that. So it calls this, then does the other stuff, which then gives us back the data. So this data is being returned back to mostly the function call is the one that's doing this. So it's being called by the function. So we do that. Says that's what we need to do. This is really interesting. So the code doesn't have to change. So what happens here first is it doesn't do this because it has that value, so it has to execute it through the identifier, and then it returns back this. So this is getting compiled basically, but the value is not being returned. I think I might know like where this issue is coming from. So as you can see right here, the compiler calls this, which is expecting a reference to be returned back from, you know, to 10. So in this case, this 10 output, I'm gonna change it to being, let's make it 100, right? No, actually 100, because 100 is there. I'm gonna make this 25. I'll make it 25. So if we take a look again, you'll see that we get plus 25 plus nil. So this is the last one to get executed, which is for this code, which is expecting a reference, in this case this value 110. So what is going on here is I need to finish my cereal first. I'm sure that this problem is over here basically, you know, where the reference thing is. So this is where we check for reference. I'm just gonna go ahead and log return ref, and now I'm just gonna put the name here, and I'm gonna put the whole ref thing over here as well, just so we can see if that is the case. So now if we take a look here, you can see it's returning a reference, and it's telling us return ref, which then, you know, gives us the reference that we're looking for, which is this one right here that we're supposed to look for. So in this case, that seems to be working. I'm gonna move this down just to make sure that it also has that. If we get the same output, it should be good to go. All right, so that's good. So now that we know that is there, we can go over here and check if the reference itself that we're trying to return also exists. So I'm just gonna see ref object. Just gonna print this out just to make sure basically. interpreter RPERL fix error. All right. Okay. Oh, look at that. So it did give us the value back, the ref object, but in this case it's not really a reference, it's more like a value, so that makes no sense. Why did that happen, right? It's because that's the data. Wait, so if that's the data, then that means it's gonna go oh yeah, there's also it should also be the type as well. Let's actually take a look at the type. Oh, look at that. So that's the type there. Oh, hey. So we're still getting back 25. It's interesting. And this is what it returns. So let me actually take a look here. Return. Which is that. Is that getting executed? Okay, so return also seems to be working, so there's really nothing wrong here. It's just, oh, this is set to none. Maybe that's the reason why it's not working, but that wouldn't make no sense, right? It should just have the value there because it's there. I don't get it. So it does that, and then it returns back this value, which in this case, this is being returned back to X, I think. Actually, let's see. This is being returned back to Y because Y is the one that we're working with. So it's returning it back to Y, and it's not working. I think the reason why it's not working is because it's set to nil. Like C is set to an undefined value, but if we do val that to a string, you know, just convert it to a string, I think that would work because it is the same thing. Yeah, look at that. What the heck? What kind of error is that? That makes no sense. Like what the fuck is this? Like because this is a reference, it should be treated as a reference. So I think what was happening was that it was taking the code and not like the object, the data itself that was compiled, and then using that for some reason. And this is coming from the function call. So that's the reason why this is happening. It's because it's coming from the function call, and the function call seems like it always has to work with this this type of stuff, right? But this is actually my fault because this has been returned back to the caller. So what I can do is I could return back the reference code itself, so that way the function knows that this might have, like, you know, references going on, like it might be a reference. There is a way to like check that, but this is a bit hard. This is really fucking hard because it's already here. Let's actually take a look at extra. I'm just gonna make a copy of that as well. Bro, that makes no sense. I swear to God. You know, like what the heck is it doing? So right here you can see it has the object here, main, okay, execution type, argument, val. I guess we could check if the execution type is an argument value. We could tell it to just return back the reference itself. Maybe that will fix it so it doesn't compile the code. It doesn't take the code itself, like, you know, and then recompile it, because that is what's happening. So maybe we can go in this returning a reference thing, and then check if the extra execution type, well, it has to be the last one, because I guess we can split it with the semicolon, with the at symbol. So we need to make sure that the execution type exists and extra execution type that split. So we're gonna split it by the at, and then we're gonna select the last one. So I'm gonna copy this again, put it here, select the last one, and then check if this is equal to, you know, arg value. So if it is an arg value, that means this is coming from an argument, a function call where it's creating an argument value. So what we could do here is we could just say return a reference, right? Wait, I think I could do this kind of thing. Yeah. So you don't really have to force it, to force the code to be a reference, because with let's actually go to the function definition where the function, you know, gets created. So I think there's like something here that says if the value that we get back is a reference, then treat it as a reference. So as you see right here, this is where the arg value gets created as well. It adds on top of itself basically. But in this case, we're making sure that if this compilation is happening within the argument value, then, you know, we could do some stuff with it, right? You got no mission to learn. You know you are my wali. I want to be with you. You don't want to be with me. Let me see. Another how you could break for my sake. All right, I'm getting distracted. Let me see. So var, if it's a reference, it does that, and then right here, it compiles the value, and then it checks if it's a reference. How do we work with it? Oh yeah, so yeah, we just return. We just oh, this one's a bit hard because that actually has a location, so I can't return that. So that's not gonna work. Doctor's mistake. I did listen to you. Stop trying, baby. I guess we could check or value 0 is equal so this is another way of saying it is a reference. It should be treated, wait, this is a bit hard. The value should be treated as a reference type. So I guess we could go here and then check it one more time. You know, this is just another way, just another way to like fix this fucking, you know, this fucking issue that we have with no not having to do much basically. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy let's see, that value. So what we could do is copy this put this here. Actually, no. It's gonna be, I think it was something like this. And then, so that's like that. And then value is gonna be value item 10. So this should work, maybe. I hope so. I'm gonna copy that. So here we have the value. Let's make sure this is also checked. So in this case, it has that. How does it work though? How's it assigned? I think that it's assigned within the... Bro, I hate this. This is really long. Look at this shit. There we go. So this is where the create happens. This is where it creates the arguments for us. So this is that, whatever that is. Multi-argument. That's interesting. So that's for a referenced object. That's a function right there. So basically they're really the same thing, you know, it's just the way the data are being assigned and the type. That's the only thing that's different. I think I'm gonna have to, like, you know, clean this up maybe in the future. This is what we're looking for. I'm a bit too, and we go home. Just wait, multi-argument. We're not doing that. But I mean, it's the same thing. We do have to put it here as well. So if we don't, then it's gonna break. So this just says return the data back without having to compile it, you know, like recompile it. Because if we don't do that, then it's going to like have to recompile this code, which is going to return back null. So that's why I think this we have to do this. Hopefully this is the same thing. I'm just gonna... Is this actually gonna work? Fuck. So this is referenced object. So if it's not equal raw, then it does this. I guess I'm gonna have to copy this one here. Such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. Keep me hanging on. Okay, so that does that. Data and the value, and this is gonna be it's gonna be this type. Actually no, it's gonna be this, which means just compile that and then return it back, you know, with its type and all that stuff. Hey baby, which is what we're going to return back from the compile function, runtime compiler. I'm just gonna have to copy this, I guess, right? Wait, no, we have to actually copy everything here because it checks for multi-argument. Yo, what you sow. And then else it will do this. Hopefully that works. Yeah. Am I missing anything? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna copy that. That's all multi-argument, and this is where the, you know, that multi-argument thing happens. Thing is, multi-argument thing is happen. Wait, what the fuck is this? Where do we? Oh, it's right here. Okay, I was like, wait, how do we compile this thing? You know, that's right. It's right here. Oh my goodness. Almost thought I died there. I can't lie. Okay. Then I'm gonna put this one here. Just a perfect day. Looks way different. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this one. You know what I'm saying? Because it's way better. It's way better than the other one, and this is gonna be dead. I'm gonna copy this if statement, put it here, and then we put that to there, and we're good to go. Yeah, everything looks good now. So now all we gotta do is return back this kind of format stuff. Wait. Well, we need to return the compiled data. No, but it's not gonna work, because what we're returning here is like an ID type of thing that that's already stored somewhere else, you know. So we're basically trying to tell this thing, because if I have the data, I mean, I could just return it, but that's not gonna work because of how, I mean, no, it is gonna work, because if it is there, I have like the physical, well, I have like the data that, like, the data is already compiled basically, so, you know, I don't have to tell it to go ahead and look for it because it's already there. So what I could do is I could return that value, and it doesn't have to be recompiled because it's already compiled, and it's basically ready for use. So yeah, it's we're just gonna return the data itself, and then it would return it back to the actual owner, the one that needs this data, which then it would operate on it. Yeah, I think that's that. All we have to do now is just copy this, go to the compile function, and this is doing some string formations. We don't need that shit. That shit smells bad. You know what I'm saying? It smells really bad. I don't like smelly shits. You guys like smelly shits? I myself don't. So if you do, then that's you. That's your problem. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're gonna return as the type, and then, you know, the rest of the other stuff, which is I'm gonna copy this, and instead of returning it on top, we're actually gonna get that value because we're already at the storage, right? Like, we're already looking for it. So if it does exist, then we're gonna say if this was coming from the arg value, which is where the function compiles the parameters value, then we're gonna tell it, instead of returning this, instead of returning that, we're gonna tell it to return this one, which says we have the value and the code that you need, basically, you know. But you're gonna have to figure out the type yourself. So that's the value, and this is like the code of it, and there, everything's good. So now if I do reload this, it's actually going to work, I think. Yep, look at that. So So I didn't have to tell the compiler to like recompile the whole code all over again, because it's already there, so it doesn't recompile this. Thank God. Shit, I actually thought I wasn't gonna be able to like fix this error, but I did it. Yes. Is everything fixed? I'm not sure. I'm sure there's more errors here. Let me actually try to do it another, like add another operation here, like plus and then, so I'm gonna do plus 1000 plus, and then I'm gonna open another bracket here, 2 plus 200 plus, and then plus 20, and then plus another 300. So this is just a way to check, to just make sure that this is working as the way it should, you know. Plus another 1000 plus 100 plus 100. Let's make sure everything is good. There we go. All right, now let's reload and hopefully we get the result back. Oh, okay, so it gives us 2000. It gives us 12,000. Let's see if that's actually correct. I'm just gonna copy this and put it onto this console, and yes. Woo! Yes. That's good. Seems like I got it working. Thank me myself. I did this all myself. Nobody helped. So now, instead of just using the plus operation, I could use times. I could use minus. Hopefully it doesn't crash, because now I'm actually using different operations instead of just plus. You know, I'm gonna use minus here, and then I'm gonna use times here again, and then I'm gonna use division again, and then I'm gonna use minus, and then I'm gonna use times, and then I'm gonna use what? Let's see. What else? What other operation do we have? Plus, minus, division, times. That's really all. Okay. I guess we're gonna use. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 times, and we have 2 division. So I'm gonna add a division here as well. There we go. All right. Now let's see if this works. Come on. Oh, okay. Seems like we did get the values, and maybe it does work. I'm just guessing, guys. I don't know if this thing works or doesn't, because it did give us the values back, right? It did give us the results, so maybe it does work. I'm just saying. Oh, actually, nope, it doesn't work. It don't work because we have this. So when we have nil, that means something went wrong, basically. So yeah, it doesn't fully work, it seems like. So why is minus returning nil? What's going on here? The last thing to be executed is actually 25 plus the rest. So you can see here we have 25 and then plus 100. So that was the last one. It seems like it failed, right? It did the first minus, and then the second one failed. So the first minus here is, let me see, this is the first minus right here. Actually, this is the first one. So it did this, and then this right here did not work. I'm gonna remove that. So now we only have 2 minus. So we have 2 minus operation, but we're getting like 5 of them basically, which makes no sense, you know. Why are we getting like 5 operations of that when there's only 1 and 2? There's only 2 of them, but I'm getting like way more than there are. Here you can see there's this, there's this, there's this. there's this. So yeah, what the heck? This makes no sense, bro. I thought I fixed the problem, but it seems like nothing's fixed really. There's still an error with this, like adding as many, opening and closing parentheses. Really does crash the thing, because I think the minus operation does work fine. So if we take away that 25 minus 10, we get back 15. So it seems like this works fine. It's just when you're adding more operations, let's see if that works. Okay, so 3 operations seems to be working fine. Let's add another one. Let's add a division. So a division also works. It's just when you work with in-depth stuff. Okay, so now we have minus and minus. So there's only 2 minus, so that seems correct. But if we do that and then add another operation here, maybe like plus 10, is that gonna work? Okay, seems to be working. So we have plus 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 plus, so that's like 4 plus. Let's see, we have 1 2 3 4, so that's correct. So 4 plus is correct. We have only one division. We have 2 times operation, right? Times 20 and times 20, and there's only one division and 1 minus. So let's see. Yep, only 1 minus. So everything looks good so far. I think it's just when you go under. Wait, how did the other one look like? Actually, I'm just gonna copy this and then undo, just so I can see like what's going on here. Why isn't the other, like this operation here? So it's actually within another bracket. Maybe that's the issue. So if I copy this, let me actually put this here. Take this one and run it with the plus operation. I'm just gonna uncomment. I'm gonna uncomment that so it doesn't run. Okay. So it seems like I think we got something here. There we go. So we're getting the same bag that we had before. I'm gonna remove this plus 1 and then remove that as well. Actually, let's also remove that one too. And now try to run it one more time. Okay, so yeah, minus. It looks like minus is interesting here. So there's only 1 minus. So I'm gonna replace this with something like, let's say plus. Let's see if that also causes the same issue. The same error that we're currently having. Bruh, what the heck? It looks like minus doesn't operate that well, because I use the plus operation and everything seems to be working. You can see it doesn't execute itself as many times. For some reason, when I put minus here, this shit crashes. Like, look at this. We get nil, value, and then other stuff. That makes no sense. I wonder why this is happening. There has to be a reason.
That's the big reason why this minus operation is, you know, like recalling itself. That makes no sense. I'm gonna have to look at something here. Let me go ahead and delete all the outputs that we're currently getting. Then maybe we could fix this. I thought this bug was actually happening with all the other operations, but it seems like only minus is the one that gets affected by it. So there has to be something that's operating on the minus symbol, basically. You know, it's trying to do something with it. Let's go back to compile and see. So I'm back to this compile. I'm going to output a code that it gives me. Just so we can see. I mean, this is gonna be really big. So I'm just gonna copy the minus operation. I mean, I need all of them. I need all of them. I guess I'm just gonna have to copy them here. Copy and paste. Yeah, just so I could work with this. So I could figure out this error. The reason why I don't want to include the lib is because the lib is actually gonna output other shit that I don't want to see, basically. So yeah. Alright, now let's see what we get. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Look at that. That's a lot of logs. Damn, it actually crashed. I think it's because of the log that we did. Let me go ahead and remove that. Wait, it actually crashed? That makes no sense. Wait, why is it crashing this time? You know? It never crashed. Is it because oh, it has to be like the recall. It's like recalling itself over and over again. So maybe I might know where this issue is coming from. I think. Could it be that? Could it be because it's just calling itself over and over again? That somehow, you know, causes this to happen. Yeah, I think. Oh. Huh. Interesting. Wait, I think the problem is the minus value that we're getting back. That's the problem. So like right here, when we're doing 7 minus 1,000, this gives us a negative number basically, which then activates, which then the compiler compiles it, right? So this is what, oh my god, I found out the issue, guys. I found out the bug. So right here, if we do that, we get this value, which is the same thing as, I think it's the same as this here. So that's the value that we have, right? Negative $9,992 point, 0.5. It's a negative number, so the compiler, I think what the compiler thinks is that this is executing the plus operator, I mean the minus operation, but when it's not doing that. So this could actually happen even if we don't do this operation. So if I copy this and if I do the same thing, instead of putting a number, I'm gonna use the plus operation and then put 1, just like that. Now if we run this, I think it's gonna have the same effect. So there, as you can see right here, we get nil plus 1. So that is the bug basically that we're currently having with the minus operation running as well, because it thinks that it's an identifier when it's not really, because the way the identifier the way that I created the identifier is so it works with a value and, you know, another value. But in this case, that is not what happens. It's just the plus operation and a value. So that shouldn't, that should not operate. That should not execute anything because it's just undefined. You know, it's not a valid. It's not a valid operation. It's not a valid identifier that I created. So that is basically what is happening with the with the identifier reader. The identifier reader is the one that actually is failing to like compare the to basically like compare the pattern. I don't know what's going on, but it's not correct, you know, like there's something. So basically the only time, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this back here so I don't have to, so I could rerun it again once we fix this error. So basically the only time where the plus operation or any other identifiers run is when so the only time that the plus operation is supposed to run is when there's x and y, but in this case it seems like it's running when there's only y and x doesn't exist, so that shouldn't execute this identifier. So the error basically is coming from the identifier reader because it seems like there's something that I didn't check for, basically, you know, I didn't make sure that it should have all those placement variables, not just the symbol or the keywords for it. So if I put x here, right, and then I reload the page, you would notice that it doesn't do anything. It just gives us back 1 and that's it. You know, it doesn't do the rest. Right? That's because the identifier now is looking for the letter X, and then it's gonna move on. So if I put X and then I put 1, this is not gonna work as well because it has to be X and then it has to be a value and then it has to be the plus operation. But yeah, it seems like if you start with the value, right, and then you have the operation that is taken, then the first value that it's looking for will be ignored. That's what it's currently doing. It's like ignoring that value and then moving to the right, basically, continuing, and then it reads on the right values, which in this case the right value doesn't actually exist. You know, I mean, the right value does exist, but the left value does not exist, which is the X, basically. So that's why if we reload the page, you see, oh, that didn't work. Oh, it's actually +1. Yeah, there we go. So if we reload the page, you will see that the right wait, why isn't this logging out the operation? Did I modify something? Oh, I forgot to put that. Is that it? No, it's not that. One plus. Is it 1 plus? No. How did I do it the other time? It did work, but it's not working now. What the fuck? +1, which should execute this for us. That's interesting. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Seems like I broke something. Did I change something? No, everything looks the same. The identifier. Interesting. What the heck? Why is it not working this time? Because this is the same example here, basically, you know. It's almost like the same thing. Is it gonna work this time? It shouldn't work. Right, it doesn't work. It still gives the same output. But yeah, what I think is happening is that the operation here that we're doing right now does return the value. The minus operation does return the value, but the value that it returns back is a negative number. So basically it's gonna be, you know, this is what it's gonna return back to x, which is gonna be nil. And it didn't know how to operate on it, but I thought I made it so well, it's not a reference. So that's why this is not working, because there's this is the one here, right? So if we wanted this to be a reference, so one of them should be a reference, so that way it knows. No, it's not gonna work. Come on, there has to be a way to fix this. Let me see. So we're logging all those. What I'm gonna do is I need to go to the identifier and actually print it out as well, just so we can see what it's currently doing, basically. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and log ident, and then what returned the format for us, basically. So if I reload it now, so going back up here, I'm looking for the minus operation, which is right here. You can see that works fine. And then there's one here, which is only by itself. So this is the problem right here. So you can see it said minus, it returned the format, which is value minus value, which is just this by itself, without another parameter, another, you know, target that it should work with. So this is an invalid data, you know. So I'm also gonna log the list just so we can see how many list count, how many data this identifier returned back, basically. So we could also count it as well, which is good. So up here, looking at this, you can see this only, it gave us 2, but the second parameter doesn't have anything, it's empty, you know. That shouldn't operate, like that shouldn't work. Why is this here? Why is this empty string inside of it? Like, why? That makes no sense. It's not supposed to be there. Can you guys still see me? I'm actually getting so annoyed by this. It's possible to fix it. I hate this mic. It's really hard to get it. I don't know where to put it. You know, it's like in the way every time. Maybe I should put it right here. Still in the way. I cannot see the screen. Put it right there. Maybe that's good. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, like this kind of stuff should not work. So it gives format, check for the format. They're not the same though. There is an easier way to get this thing to fix this bug basically, you know. We can fix it, but wait, I think that's gonna like re-loop over and over again. Just gonna go ahead and check for it again. So if I solve this, I think what's gonna happen is that it's gonna re-execute it. It's gonna send it back to the compiler, which then the compiler has to basically it's gonna recall itself again basically. So if I solve it in that way, that's not good. Basically the negative number is say it doesn't exist, then it doesn't call itself, so it just moves on. So yeah, the function that says doesn't exist. Yeah, that's going to return false. This one also should do the same thing. So yeah, I think there is a way. Check maybe this is possible. Alright, so if it finds the identifier, get ident, and it gets it to us. And basically what we could do here is we could make sure that we're gonna use and then filter this out. So this is just gonna remove, it's gonna hopefully remove all the empty stuff that we don't need, you know, like, oh, it's interesting. Seems like that didn't work. What's going on here? Oh, it's because of this. There we go. So now there's only one of them. So that's good. Alright, so now that we have that, we can go ahead and say over right here, we could say iter. Basically this iter has like other information that we're gonna need to use, like how many variables this thing has. This identifier expects. So you can see here variables, and that is what we're looking for. So we're gonna do that and then say and ident iter dot variables dot and it has to match, like everything has to match, the variables, the data that we have back, they have to match basically for this to work. The fuck is this? Now if you don't give it anything, then it should be good, I think. Greater or equal to the list that we have here. So it has to match the same, it has to match this ID list, and it also for this to exist. That's the only thing that we're gonna change. So if I reload the page right now, it's actually gonna crash because the ident reader has to also have the same changes that I made here. So I'm gonna copy this, and I also have to copy this as well, but I guess we just rewrite that. So if we go to ident, which is this one, and with this one we have to tell it that before you execute, before you move on, make sure that it has the same variables and everything basically. So this is where it checks for it, and then we could do that, and that is right there. So over here we could do id equal id dot filter e equal e, and we're good to go. So now if we reload this, it should actually work. It should give us the exact result that we need. So as you can see right here, we actually get 2 of them right now. It seems like it still doesn't work. There's still this other issue here going on. I thought I fixed it. Like, what the fuck? Like, how many variables does the other one have? There's the minus thing, except because there's only one here. Then I'm saying if either the variables that length is greater than or equal to. Oh, because we're saying it's greater than. In this case, we have to say, we have to change it around basically. It's not the ident iter, but it's the ID list length. So if the ID list is greater than or equal to variables, right, basically, then it's good to go. So if it's greater than or equal to it, so yeah, that is what we had to switch around. Whoops, I got that. That was my fault. My fault, blast. I'm going to go ahead and switch this around. There we go. All right, now it should work. There, so now you can see here, we only get 1 call of the minus, and it's giving us maybe the correct value basically. Whew, okay. I think we fixed it. I'm gonna say it. I think that's that. Hopefully there's no more any errors, or we don't come across any more bugs and all that shit, because this shit's fucking crazy, bro. Goddamn. Look at that. I think I did it. I think that's that really. I want to try a different experiment, right? I want to try like different operations, but I think if I do that, it's gonna crash again, and I'm gonna have to fucking figure out why that happened. I really don't want to deal with that again. That's just so fucking annoying. But anyway, we're gonna try again. We're gonna add more operations onto this. I'm gonna add plus, semicolon, like that, parentheses, opening parentheses, divided by 10 times 100 plus 1, 2, 3. So I'm just doing this just to make just to basically check if this thing works, you know. If this operation works well, you know, with as many operations as you give it, it should be able to perform it basically. No matter how many you give it, it should be good. Is that all? Oh, one more. Okay, so is that this is the end, so I'm gonna divide it by 2. And there. Okay, now let's see if this works. I'm gonna reload the page. Look at that. Oh. I think it did work. Right? What do you guys think? I mean, I don't see any errors. There's the last one here is 1000 divided by the rest of the value, which is this one here. So that's the last one to get executed. So maybe it is working. I think I did it. I don't care if there's I just don't want to find another error basically, you know. So I'm gonna keep it as it is right now. I'm sure everything works perfectly fine. There's nothing to worry about. Everything should be good now. I am 100% sure that it's good to go now. Hoo-wee! That was fucking hard. Oh, I mean, that really wasn't that hard. There were just a couple things I had to fix. I had to like do. I didn't really add as much onto it, you know, because there was really nothing complicated to like fix, you know. I basically knew like where everything was that needed to be fixed, so that needed to be changed. So yeah, how long did this take me? 2 hours? Hey, that's actually really good, because like 2 days or 3 days ago, I was actually working on this fucking thing as well. I was trying to figure out like why the functions don't return back a value when you're using a loop inside of it. It would basically execute the function and then run the loop, and then after the loop it wouldn't return the value back. So I had to figure out like what the cause of it was basically, and that took me like 4 or maybe 5 hours to fucking find it, to fucking, you know, fix it. But I thought I fixed it. After I ended the stream, I actually did not. I actually found out that I still haven't fixed it basically. So I had to like spend like maybe 2 or 3 more hours again to like know like why this was happening. So, and come to my surprise, the bug that was actually causing that, like the value to not be returned, well actually that wasn't, well that was the case, but I think we fixed that one. But the one that was like the most annoying was when you pass in a function into the parameter, it would execute it twice. So that was the one that actually took me way longer to like fix. But the bug was actually right in front of my eyes the whole time. It was it was when it was breaking from the for loop. It would then have there was this if statement that was checking if the variable called value has anything inside of it. If it does, it would re-execute the for loop all over again, which caused the parameters and arguments to like be recreated again and re-executed at the same time. So yeah, that was the one that actually took me way longer to fix, which I did fix. Thank goodness. The older versions, I don't think if I fixed it on the older versions like version 2.5 and 3.0 and the other one. I haven't fixed it on. I haven't fixed those though yet. So and I don't plan on fixing it anyway because I'm just gonna release this new current version. I'm not gonna release the older versions. I'm just gonna keep that in my folders until I don't know until they're not needed anymore, and then delete them because it's just pointless because the older versions, they're so buggy. Basically they have a lot of errors, a lot of issues that I have that is going to take me like maybe a couple months to like fix. But with this new version I could actually fix those bugs that I come across, and the older ones as well. Whenever I come across other errors or bugs with the compiler, I basically fix it on the latest one. I don't fix it. I don't fix the older ones because the latest one is the one that I'm currently using for my projects and so on. So I just fix it right there. So that's why I think it would just be waste of time really to like work with the older versions and update the bugs and errors that I came across. So yeah, I'll just work on this one basically instead of wasting my time on pointless shit. So yeah, so far everything seems to be working. Thank me, I did it all by myself. Nobody helped. Thank me. Whew, that was good. That was really not bad. I'm actually surprised that it didn't take me that long to like fix this to like fix that error, with the identifier. Let's actually talk about identifiers, right? Like identifiers are actually really good with they're like really good. They're like well integrated in this language that I'm currently working on, So basically identifiers are like it's a way for the programmer that's currently using the language to add their own code syntax, right on the language that they're currently writing on. Basically you could like write your own code syntax in any kind of style that you wanted to run. If you want it to be like JavaScript, you could write an identifier for that. If you want it to be like C++ or Ruby or anything, you could actually write that kind of identifier that would kind of work that way as well. A good example of an identifier is the plus operation. So if I do 10 plus 10 and if I run the code, you could see that the output that we're getting is undefined, null value, meaning it doesn't return anything. So the reason why this 10 plus 10 is not working is because this language that I'm currently working on doesn't know how to operate on that. I was just way too lazy to like do that, so I didn't add it. I was like, fuck that shit, I just ignored it because yeah. Well, no, that's actually not the reason why I didn't add it. It's because it has the version that I added of like doing this kind of operations like 10 plus 10, or using the minus or the multiply and the division operations. the reason why I didn't add it on this new version is because the older one was a lot of buggy basically, and had a lot of issues that I had to fix. But it was so hard to fix them, so I decided to like remove the whole thing. So the reason why I removed it is because you could actually make the language itself operate on it by writing the code on your own. So for what I mean by that is that you could tell, although the compiler doesn't know what this 10 plus 10 is, you can actually tell it what it's supposed to do. So you could do something like use the write function, which is how you create identifiers. So you call the write keyword, and then you use the opening and closing curly bracket. In the curly bracket is where you would write the operation that will explain to the compiler what this 10 plus 10 is supposed to do. So in this case, you could do so the way the identifier works is that you can work with any symbol. So inside of this opening and curly bracket, you can put symbols, parentheses, anything you want. And you can also put keywords, stuff like that. You can put everything. And the other thing that you could work with is values. So you could create like a value placeholder, as many as you want basically, not just one, but as many as you want. So for example, if I wanted to tell the identifier to work on 10 plus 10, I could do that by doing 10, right, and then using the plus and then putting 10 here. And then if I and then you after that outside of the closing curly bracket, you would tell the compiler to, like, this is where the code would go, like the operation would, this is where the operation would happen. So in this case, I could do response and then return 10 plus 10. But because 10 plus 10 doesn't work, I have to work with libraries like I have to like import JavaScript to actually make it do that. So I could do include import, right, and then I can do import and then use the I cannot do that, it's not gonna work right now. Really, that we do, it's not gonna work. So in this case we have to create a function. So I'm gonna create a function called do 10 plus 10 and then give it the values that we're trying to work with, which is 10 plus 10. So in this case, I'm just going to return 10 plus 10. And then if I call this function here and then return the result by using the response, you would notice that if I reload the page, we get 20 back. So the reason why this, now we're actually getting a result printed to the console, is because I told the compiler how to handle the operation 10 plus 10, which is by using the same operation here that I'm currently writing on the log function and then putting it on the write function, so that way the identifier knows what this 10 plus 10 is. And then I'm using import and then including a JavaScript function by using the import function that I imported by using include. And then inside of those bracket, I'm creating a JavaScript function which returns 10 plus 10, and then I'm calling it outside of the import function, which you could basically, whenever you import something from JavaScript, you can reuse it inside of this language as a normal, just like a normal data that you created basically. But it's not just a normal data, this is actually JavaScript object that is being executed, that's being operated on. That's what it is. So yeah, you could write JavaScript code in this language and it would perform way better than itself, because JavaScript is way faster than this language. It's actually being run on JavaScript as well. So you could do that kind of thing. So basically that is how you would tell the compiler how to, you know, write this identifier, this kind of operation, make this kind of operation work. But notice that I'm doing 10 plus 10. Let's say that I wanted to do 20 plus 20. So if I do 20 plus 20, then that would mean I have to also change these placeholders. Now, these are not placeholders. Like I said, these are like keywords that you would use. Placeholders and identifiers, whenever you're working with identifiers, placeholders will start with the icon, I mean, with the symbol at, and then after it is where you would put the name of the placeholder. So if I put data here, let's say data 1, and then I'm gonna remove 20, and then over here, instead of just saying 10, I'm gonna replace it with another placeholder, which is gonna be data 2. So just like this, if I copy this, and then I'm gonna put X here and Y, because you know you could also pass parameters. So I'm gonna put data 1 here and data 2 whenever I'm calling the do 10 plus 10. But in this case, we're just gonna say do plus, or you know, yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it, do plus, which then is gonna be X plus Y. And now if I reload the page, it's actually gonna return back 40 to us. That's because 20 plus 20 is 40. And then if I want to work with 5 plus 5, that's also gonna work as well, because now it's actually using the placeholder to like change to like get the value. So 5 basically is gonna get stored at data 1, and this other 5 is gonna be stored at data 2. That's how placeholders work. And the key here is basically both of them, but the most important, the way that it distinguish from 5 minus 5 is the operation, is the symbol that we're currently using, which is the plus operation. That is how it knows what kind of operation it's supposed to run because of this symbol. If I remove that symbol and run this code, let's see what happens. Nothing happens, right? Although I expected something to happen, but nothing happened here because that is how you would call this. So if maybe it would work if I reload it. Let's see. Yep, there you go. So as you can see, we get 5 from both sides. That's because this is actually doing a plus addition, and it's calling 5 space 5, or just this, I think. Maybe no, that's not gonna work. You have to give it, oh, that's actually also gonna work. So this is like interesting. What if I give it that? Is that also gonna work? Yep, that's also gonna work as well. That's oh no, that's, god dang it, that's just the value. Yeah, that's just 500. So it's not really calling this operation here. So if I use I'm just gonna say data 1, data 2. So I'm just gonna log data 2 here, and I'm gonna log data 1 here, just so we can see if this function does get executed, if this identifier does get executed. But it's not getting executed right now. The reason why it's not getting executed is because there has to be a space, basically. So if I put a space now, and then we reload, there you can see now we get data 1 and we get data 2, which is 15, and the other call is 5 and 25, which gives us the result there. So not always you're gonna have to use operations or symbols inside of the identifier, but it's basically a good idea to make sure that you do that, because this wouldn't make sense, right? Like if you're looking at this code, you say, what the, you'll be like, what is this doing? Why is there a space after 15, or why is there a space after 25, right? But what this is actually an identifier that the compiler will understand and know how to use it, because we told it what it's supposed to do whenever it comes across this kind of format, this kind of code format, basically. So yeah, like I said, you could imagine like what kind of things could come out of this, like what kind of code syntax you could create with it. Like for example, you could do something like, so standard C++ has this thing called standard cout, which is a way to like print. So if you wanted to do that, you could just do that. So if I run this code, of course it needs the value, so we're gonna get data here. We're just gonna put data here and then use log data. So that's another way of like printing. Basically, you could print data in with Fndlang by using the log function. But if you wanted to be a C++ programmer, you would do something like this and do cout hello world, for example. So if I save the code and reload it, you will see we get hello world printed to the console. And the reason why this is working is because of this identifier that I wrote. If I remove this identifier and then reload the page again, you would notice that it doesn't do anything. That's because cout is not, the compiler doesn't know what this is. But you could tell it what it is just by, you know, doing that. And then saving it and reloading it, and bam. Easy, right? It's so quick. I like the way identifiers are really, how well they're you know, how well they're made on this language, because this could like open up like a lot of if any other programming languages had this kind of operation, like if you could do this with any other languages. I'm not sure if there are any other programming languages that let you, you know, tell the compiler how to run code that they don't understand. Maybe there is, but I haven't heard of one yet. Of course, Fndlang, which is my own programming language that I created, is able to do that. To like read, to like, and you could tell it if it doesn't understand to do an operation. You could tell it how to do it, basically, you know. And I think that's really helpful, basically, because sometimes you know, the programmer could just, if the operation that the programmer is trying to do doesn't exist in a programming language, they could just, you know, write it themselves in that current programming language and then reuse it. But of course, you have to also have the like the operations that would make that possible, right? Like, let's say you want to do a for loop function. If you wanted to do a for loop function, the programming language that you're using has to have a function itself, right? It has to support how to create functions. So because for loop could be replaced by using recursive functions. So you could do that just by using a recursive function and so on. So you could also implement a for loop by using Identifier if you want. It's possible. So I'll show you guys an example. I'll call it for fr, and then I'll do x, and then I'll do x is the actually, yeah, x is gonna be the name, right? We're gonna do, yeah, x is gonna be the name. Oh yeah, you could also use this raw to like tell it not to compile this, just keep it raw, basically. Oh yeah, that's also the other thing that this thing is actually really good at, is you could tell it to compile something or not compile it, and you could also tell it to keep it as a reference, hold it as a reference, or hold it as a reference or not a reference, basically. So if you want it to be a reference, you would do this thing here, and if you want it to be a reference and not a reference at the same time, then you could do this and the question mark. Of course, you have to remove that. So yeah, it's really good, man. I like it. It's amazing. And other, like I said, there's a lot. Like this lib.expr is actually, everything inside of it is written with, is all identifiers. Like I actually wrote this myself. As you can see here, we have random generator, we have some other stuff going on. We have like random fold, which is supposed to be something about randomness and all that. So yeah, fucking crazy. Like you can make this thing do anything you want it to do. So for an example here is the random fold. Let's actually try random fold r, and which is gonna be random fold, and I think you give it like a number or something like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and log r just so we can see what r is. Oh, that didn't work. Wait, am I calling it? I think I'm calling it wrong. Oh yeah, you have to give it minimum and max. So that would be 1 to 100. There we go. What? What the heck? What am I doing wrong? Am I calling random wrong? Interesting. I think something's off here. I'm sure I'm doing wrong. Oh no, it's actually okay, so it is executing it, but it's just the result that I'm getting is undefined. Interesting. Why isn't that working? Oh, maybe you have to use, yeah, you have to use this opening and closing parenthesis. You can't call that function like that, basically. You know, the response function. You gotta call it with opening and closing. Oh no, that's not the issue. What? Gotta be joking, right? Where's the other log? 5 output. Bro. Oh, is it because of this? Oh, there's this one. This is the one. Oh, wait. Something's missing here. Random max. So when we call this, it creates this thing for us. What is this? Okay, it's just that. It seems like there's something wrong with response, I think. No, it's not the response. I think the issue is coming from the return part. Let me see. I'm gonna try something. I'll call it XXX. Actually, I'll just call it. I'll just give it my username, and then a response. Hello. And then log it to the console, just so we can see. Okay, so that does work. So login works. What about assignment? I think the assignment is where the issue's coming from. So now I'm doing assignment for it, and yep, assignment also does work. Okay, so what was the, why isn't this working? Let's see if that works. Yep, that also works as well. So we are getting the values back, but for some reason the other one don't return anything. Interesting. I think it's because it's using private. I'm gonna make the edge private, and then, oh yeah, we're not supposed to put a comma there, and then I'll make the name public. Let's see if that works. Could that be the reason? Okay, so we are getting back result. Then why isn't the other one working? Okay, I'm actually gonna put this here and then do test. That's the only way you would get the result back. So now I'll call it with colon test and reload, and there we're still getting result back. So it seems like there's nothing wrong with that. It's just this doesn't return anything. Why? I want to know why it's not doing that. Is it because of the import function? That could be one of the reasons. But this is just value though, so response. It's got parameters on. Let's actually try that. Let's add some parameters on ours. Test, and then I'll do X, and actually I'll do name and edge. Has the parameters, you know, and then we could put them here. We could put edge here. Oh, yeah, just like that, and then put name. And now I'm gonna try here. I'll put high, and then I'll put high U. You know, just so we see if that works. Yeah, look, it seems to be working. What the heck? Okay, maybe it's because I'm creating a function. I'll say get edge. So I'll create this function here, which is supposed to like return the edge. Use self.edge. Okay. What about now? Is it gonna work still? Yep, it still works. We do have the function here called get edge. So everything's good there. It's not the function. Is it the import? I'm gonna try to use the import here and do function, because something's causing this to not work, you know. What about now? Okay. We found the problem. Look at that. That's great. For fuck's sake. Seems like I think we found the problem, guys. Somehow the import function breaks everything. Like whenever you're using it in a function or something like that, everything breaks. So why? Is it because of the response function? It could be. So what I'm gonna, well, I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute, okay guys? Okay. Yeah? Huh? Mama Gwisha, Sima is ready. Sima na mboga. 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 Anyway, it seems like this is where the problem is, so I'm gonna end it here for today's documentation of this Fndlang. This seems to break down whole function. Maybe the response. Yeah, it's from one of them, or the identifier as well. So I'm just gonna save this and come back to it once I'm done. I mean, once I feel like it, maybe like tomorrow.